Okay, hey guys, and welcome back. So I just wanted to show you guys a more budget option here. Let me just kill off these guys quick. I just want to show you guys a more budget option here for an Echoing Strike build. So I'm using a Partisan Insight. It's not even an Elite Polearm. Okay, you can get this in Nightmare difficulty or like Nightmare Cows. I think the stat to look out for is the enhanced damage as well as the critical strike. This one rolled for +6, which is perfect on the critical strike. But even if you roll on the lower end, if you're wearing like a spirit, the +2 to skills will bump it up, and you'll still hit around the 50% margin for critical strike, which is really good. For the armor, I'm using Hysteria. For the mobility, mostly for the faster run walk. Increased attack speed does help when you say like switch to your, like if you're gonna do like a mirrored blades and cleave as well. I have these on backup just for fun. Then the increased attack speed does help out, especially when you're using a weapon like Death that has no inherent increased attack speed. Then you want to use other items that'll increase your attack speed as well. So here on the helmet, we have the new helmet, Hell Warden's Will. We have a 15% increased attack speed jewel in there as well, right? So it all adds up little by little. I've got another 20 on the gloves. So when I cleave, even though this is a rather slow weapon, it's pretty fast, like all things considered, right? Considering there's no increased attack speed. So anyway, back to the main build though, Echoing Strike. So like I said, this is a budget build. This helm is not hard to farm. I found 2 so far in ladder in a matter of days, so you can definitely consider this a budget option. I also found, I believe, one of them in Nightmare, maybe both of them, so like again, not hard to find. For the armor, we have, like I said, Hysteria. You also have +6 to evade, you get a little dexterity, and you also get 10 to all res, always a welcome stat. Then we've got more all resistances coming from this very basic magical amulet. On shield we have spirit, but you can use something like splendor if you haven't quite farmed up the runes for a spirit yet, or you don't have the base for it. Then on boots we have Older's Advance, very common item. Good mobility, gives you life, gives you a little fire resist, so overall not bad. Bonus stamina is always nice. Then we crafted 2 rings. Both of these have some key stats we're looking for, which is mainly faster cast rate as well as a bit of leech. You see they each have a percentage of leech. Together they make up 5%, so it all adds up. On the belt we have Mavinas again for mobility as well as a little mana leech, because Insight doesn't have mana leech. Death has its own 7%. But Insight doesn't have inherent mana. It does have Meditation Aura, which obviously you recoup mana with, but I find the rate at which I cast, because I cast pretty quick, let's see, what's my rate at? Yeah, 106, so I hit that 105 window. The rate at which I cast is quick enough. Actually, I think it's a 125 window, so right now, guys, I'm wearing these gloves to combat demons, like act bosses and stuff, but if I slap on Trangools for the faster cast, right, now I hit the 125 window, right, 126, but anyway, I hit that 125 window. So okay, we'll put those on, but we'll swap back. I'd rather hit less often and hit harder, especially when you're talking about like demons and Travancore. So these gloves are pretty key for that. So anyway, continuing on with our items here. Okay, you saw the rings, you saw the build. I guess you've seen everything, and then the gloves, leg of the hands, you get the 350 enhanced damage, right? The swap isn't necessary. This is just to exemplify that if you're going to use mirrored blades or cleave, that you need a weapon with indestructible. Whereas for Echoing Strike, you don't need the indestructible mod, so you can use the Netherreal Insight and you'll never lose durability. You see, mine is still at a perfect 33 out of 33. And I've been using it for, you know, hours and hours of gameplay. So okay, so let's make our way down to Travancore. So I'll show you guys my damage, 10 to 18k. Honestly, for Echoing Strike, that's really not even that impressive, and that's after the might from my mercenary and the fanaticism from my demon, so it's not even very impressive damage, but I'll still show you guys how quickly this will go. This is players 1, to be fair. Oh wow, okay, my mercenary went down. That doesn't always happen, but it does happen. That's okay, our demon is extra strong, so he can handle it by himself. I'm not worried about him. So, let's Let's see. Oh, Ogre Maul. That's exciting. Let's hope it's ethereal, and then it might actually be good for Echoing Strike. Let's see. It's not ethereal. That's okay. This is still a fun item. Put that in the cube for now. Go figure, I hardly ever find uniques in Trav, and then I make a video for you guys. First Trav run I do, I get, you know, a nice little unique here. This is an elite, so not bad. This is better used on something like a Fury Druid. He makes better use of it, especially with the Twister proc, right? If you fully synergize that, you know, it could be a decent weapon for the Fury Druid. So my demon has a curse stat, so he should take off that immunity. I'm not sure why he's hesitating to remove the immunity. Maybe we have to take this new guy. And that's just what I did. So, okay, let's see. So now we have this new guy. He's cursed. I don't love the aura. It's not the ideal aura to have, but at least he's cursed. Anyway, that's another thing I want to show you guys. So obviously we completed that no problem on hell difficulty. Like, sure, the Merc took a beating, but we managed to use this very budget setup, right? And you can use other gear in here. Like, you can use, instead of Hysteria, if you want to buff up your faster cast rate, and you don't want the mobility, you don't want to move around as fast as I do, you can use something like Viper Magi Armor, right? And that'll give you 1 tall skills, and that'll give you 30% increased faster cast rate. If you want to keep some mobility but have more faster cast rate, you can use something like this Stealth. I have it made in this nice Archon plate, so you can have something like Stealth in an Archon, right? So that's another option. Did I keep that other Archon? Yeah, I did. Okay, I love doing mini upgrades. I know it seems silly, but I love like upgrading even just a little bit of my defense. Okay, let's put this away for now. I should have a spare Tall kicking around. Yep, Tall. So this one's 520 defense. My current one was 498, so it's not a huge buff, but it's still fun to look at. Okay, we can get rid of our old one here. So yeah, I mean, one thing I want to show you guys, like when you're resurrecting your Merc, I usually just go to the next stack. I don't bother doing that whole long walk, right? Get the Merc back. What I want to show you guys is sometimes you have to do like demon shopping at Trav. Like, I don't really like his aura, right? I don't need increased attack rating. Echoing Strike doesn't benefit from that. So what I do is I'll have like Bind Demon on swap here. And as we're attacking, I'll bring all my guys in here. Just clear these guys out first. Yeah, okay, so as we're attacking, oh, it's getting a bit dicey. I just start casting out Demon Bind randomly. And usually you do end up binding another demon. Let's see, yeah, see, this is a new guy, you can tell by the aura. We switch over to Unsummon and we check his stats. So he's cursed. He's got aura. Unfortunately, his aura is the oh no, he's got the attack rating one again. What a bummer. Okay, let's see. Let's try and find another demon. Did we succeed? Nope. Nope. Same guy. Okay. Did we succeed? Yes, we did. So this guy, he's cursed. Okay. He's fire enchanted, I guess, as his aura, or I'm not sure how that really works, to be honest with you guys. But he's got spectral hit and he's got cursed, which is the main thing. I just like the curse stat because it removes the physical resistance from guys in hell, and when you're playing in hell, that's especially important. Battle belt, what is this? Very nice, snow clash, very, very cool. Okay, let's see if there's anything else worth keeping. Maybe we'll just sell that for the gold. Okay, well, I don't hate the snow clash. I swear now that I'm recording for you guys, I seem to keep getting all these uniques. I almost never got uniques from Trav because, as you can see, I think my magic find is like at 0. Okay, 26%. I don't even know where that's coming from. It must be charms and things because I am not willfully putting any MF, yeah, it's not. Oh, it's coming from the Insight. Okay, so there you go. Insight does have a bit of magic find on it. But it's negligible, you know. If you're trying to hunt runes and you don't want the magic find, it's negligible. You don't have to worry about it. You'll still find all the runes you could possibly hope for. Okay guys, so that's it. I'll keep it brief. This was mostly just to showcase how easy it is, number one, to do hell difficulty. As you guys can see, this is hell with a budget setup like this one. But as well as to point out that if you're going to use mirrored blades and cleave, again, make sure you have the indestructible mod on your weapon, or at least that it's not an ethereal weapon like this that cannot be repaired. If it's just a regular weapon with durability, that's fine. You can take it to the repair guys, right? Like if it's just a regular weapon, you can take it to any of the repair NPCs. Like say it's like a Hell Slayer like this, it has durability. Well, you just use it up until the durability is all done. Then you take it to Charcy or some other NPC, they can fix it for you. And actually, Hell Slayer is a really great option for Echoing Strike, especially if it's ethereal. It goes up to like 1,000 damage, and it really gives a big boost to your strength as well as your vitality. So it is a great option. I do like that the Warlock has made a lot of items viable again that maybe were not so viable for a while. Like even this isn't a bad option. It doesn't have very high-end damage, but for something like Cleave, like let's see the difference here. Let's just go. That's pretty quick, and when you consider all that crushing blow, it's not a bad option against things like bosses, right? So, or even like an Uber Trist, or you're just trying to lower people's hit points as fast as possible. Okay, hey guys, and welcome back. So I just want to show you, we've still got our budget set up here. We're playing our ladder Warlock. And I just want to show you guys, now that we've got this demon, I'll show you his stats here real quick. So he's Ishmael, Vile Hand, Demon, extra fast, cursed. He's got stone skin. He has multiple shots, extra strong, spectral hit, which I believe means he hits with magic damage. He's immune to physical and immune to fire. So this guy's a great all-around guy to have. Instead of his enchanted lightning, I wish like enchanted lightning aura, I wish we would get like a fanaticism ideally, or conviction even, but that's okay. We'll work with it. So okay, we'll use our blade warp to gather up our guys here, and we'll start with our Echoing Strike. So I just want you guys to notice how easy this is. Like, this is not, and then again with the uniques, they're just dropping all the uniques now that you guys are here watching. Like look at that, smooth like butter. They're all dead, at least as far as the demons go, and that was just completely effortless. And again, I want you to take note, this is hell difficulty. It's also, it was at least terrorized a moment ago. And we're using like a partisan insight. Sure, it's ethereal, but it's still just a partisan insight. So I just want to showcase the strength of the Warlock. Some people are calling him OP. Honestly guys, every class can be OP in some ways. Like, it's pretty OP that the sorceress can just teleport around the entire game and like zip around and get to her objectives in a flash, meanwhile everyone else has to walk and wear gear like this that gives you, you know, faster run walk just to keep up with classes like the sorceress as far as mobility goes, right? Like right now I'm slow from being hit with cold damage, so I'm walking very slowly. So there's impairments that like sorceresses don't have to worry about. You know, when it comes to like ranged attacks, no one really compares to the Amazon, right? When it comes to clearing cows, nobody's quite like the Javazon. When it comes to, you know, having a large like summon base that can travel with you from game to game, no one compares with the Druid, right? If you just want the largest army, no one compares with the Necromancer. So like, they're all OP in their own way. They all have little things to set them apart that makes them OP. No one hits as hard as the Barbarian in melee, except for some Paladin builds, right? And I mean, this is up for debate. You know, you've got your Dragon Talon Assassins and everything else, so I guess it's an open question. But my point is, every class can be overpowered in its own way. Like the Paladin has Smite, right? Smite is extremely overpowered. Anyway, bonus round here, I'll show you how easily these guys handle you know, something like the monsters in Frigid Highlands. Like, it's a joke. You know what I mean? Let's see if this drop is any good. It's alright. We'll use our little Temu teleport here, as people are calling it. I don't mind it. It's a free teleport, and it allows you to swap out your chest plate to something other than Enigma. It also allows you to teleport early ladder before you can farm up an Enigma. So overall, I gotta say I'm a fan of the Temu teleport, right? Like, I wish it was just a teleport skill, to be honest, rather than this blade warp. Or rather, I wish the blade warp traveled faster and perhaps even further. Like, I just, you know, if wishes were fishes and all that, and I could pick my own, like, build a warlock, right? If Blizzard was taking suggestions from my little channel here, I would say it's a good start. I like the concept. I think a lot of people do. But give us a reason to invest in Blade Warp beyond just the fact that it's a teleport. Like, for example, maybe a level 20 Blade Warp teleports you 2 screens away, whereas like a level 10 only teleports you 1 screen away. So like, you get radius on your teleport. Perhaps the damage on it can be boosted a bit as well. The damage is pretty weak, if I'm being honest, because this is like a dragonflight type skill. And so you really want there to be a nice chunk of damage when you like telestomp someone with it like that, right? I understand magic damage is pretty OP, but there's just not a lot of it on there. Mind you, I only have a level 9, so who knows? Maybe when you still synergize it and stuff like that, it goes up, so who knows? Alright guys, I think that's everything for today. I was just wanting to make the point of how easily you can farm the different areas with this very like affordable build, as long as you're picking your demon bind correctly. I almost always go for cursed, right? It really helps bring the defense down of your adversaries, the defense to physical damage, which is what Echoing Strike hits for. So if they happen to be physical immune, it'll break the immunity as long as they're not a super unique monster. And that in turn will just let you hit for not only a lot more damage, but also kill enemies that otherwise would be impossible to kill. So that's why binding the right demon is pretty invaluable. What else can I tell you guys? I think that we'll leave it at that for this video. And in the next video, I think we're going to take a look at some other builds, like the Bowlock, and maybe a hybrid build, maybe a pure fire warlock, a couple different things. We'll see what we can cook up for you guys. So we'll catch you in the next one.